So yeah, beautiful people, it's a mentor to JPY here. Introducing to you guys a new trading solution called the Red Print. So Matsuri Traders, it offers expect-led courses designed to equip traders of all levels, which means beginner, intermediate, or whatever level that you're in, with the skill and strategies needed to succeed in the foreign exchange market, right? Our program combines theory with practical real world experience, helping you build confidence and achieve your financial goals in the foreign exchange market, right? So at the moment, as I've mentioned, we've launched a new trading solution called the Red Print. So the Red Print is a progressive system that helps traders from being non-profitable traders to being profitable traders. And it consists of the following things, right? Supply and demand, which is the full cost, the concept that you're trading. I'm sure some of you guys have seen me when I analyze, I just draw one line. So I'll be teaching you how to actually do that. Risk management plan. There are lessons in here, guys, right? Risk management plan, that's when we talk about the importance of managing risk. As they always say that a trader's first priority is to keep their funds safe. So with no proper risk management, there are higher chances of you or you're exposed to losing your funds, right? And then we cover things like trading psychology, right? The 6 laws of becoming a profitable trader. Some of you guys are having problems with psychology. The problem is not the strategy. The problem is the person. So which means you are hindering yourself from becoming profitable. So my advice is for you to hop into this movement so that I can be able to mentor you and guide you on how you can actually move from that 3 year case or move from spending those amount of capital trying to build something for yourself that you're not even sure if it's gonna work. Let us not forget that the stat says that 90% are not profitable and 90% invest their time in learning strategies, not psychology. So by me having a psychological um chapter, this shows that I am looking forward to helping you align yourself mentally so that you can get um to the level that you wish to what do you call this thing to reach. So the cost, as you guys can see here, that this was designed a long time ago. It's not $60, it's rolling around $120 as you speak. Right? It's as little as $120. So if you want to join the movement, kindly make sure that you pay as little as 120 USD. So what are the benefits of this? You get your Discord group. You get access to the Discord group. You get the market breakdown sessions that will be held. So which means after watching all these videos here, we will then go and discuss the videos where on the market breakdown. Hence why it says that practical and real life experience, right? I get to show you what is it that is happening within the markets. I'm looking forward to also hosting live trading sessions if possible, depending on the participation on the group. And yeah, goes on. Support if you want me to help you with specific analysis and obtain proper results also. Build a system for yourself and any other thing. So the main purpose of this thing, guys, is for me to help you to design a progressive system for yourself. I'm helping you design a progressive system for yourself, right? For yourself, so that you can trade with something that aligns with you. For example, I'm an intraday trader, but some of you guys find that you are employed, which means you can't do this. You can't intraday. You must move into swing trading, right? So this is where I get to actually help you build something that can align with your daily routines, your life, and the way you wish to trade actually. So it's not just about watching videos and everything. It's about becoming the better version of yourself. Other than that, let's start with today's video. It's been a while, but I welcome you back to my YouTube channel. So yeah, beautiful people, it's your mentor, Tumila JPY here, and welcome to another YouTube video with me, where we are going to be discussing, as you guys saw in the title, how I managed to pass my phase one of my Ftmo account with just a single trade, right? So what happened was, I think around last year, November, I bought two Ftmo accounts and then I tackled both of them at the same time. But before we start with this video, kindly make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that when I drop content, you can be notified. And then another thing, make sure that you join the free group. The link is there in the description section for quality analysis and market insights. And then lastly, make sure that you trade with Exness, trade just another account, get your unlimited leverage, and experience a smooth gold trading platform. The link is also there on the description section. So moving on, November, I buy two Profim accounts. And then so we're just gonna be analyzing one of the accounts actually on how I went about passing phase one. And it wasn't as difficult as I thought it was gonna be because of for the rest of the year last year, what I was practicing was how to build a system that can allow me to trade prop firms, pass them in just less than 5 trades, right? But this is what happened. I got the first account, traded the first account, and with me trading the first account, I was in drawdown, right? And then I then told myself that, you know what, let me actually buy another account so that I can be able to do what? I can be able to manage two accounts. What do? I then go on and purchase the second account, right? So this was the second account that I bought, the one that you're just about to analyze. And then same time, what is it that I do? I open my first trade. So as you guys can see here, let's just refresh so that you guys can be able to see that this is my account. As you guys can see here, there's my name. And then what I did was I passed the account actually in a day, truth be told. I passed an account in a day with a maximum loss of 326 dollars and max also. And then the amount of capital that I managed to obtain was 20,225 US dollars, right? And then pushing down, as you guys can see here, that this was everything. So the account, like I said, I traded the account around November, and then I just opened 1 5 lot on gold. I raised, I think, roughly around about $500, right, on that trade. I think that's 0.25%, right? One trade. So the reason why I opened this trade, as you guys know by now, that if you pass your prop firm account in a day or two, do not trade the account like you do on a regular basis. The best thing you do, open a 0.01 every day until you've reached your requested daily trading days, right? So this was day one, day two, day three, and then day four. So I had to trade for 4 days before I could do what I could move to phase two. So the truth be told, this was quite simple for me because I've done something like this previously. But this was one of the things that really got to shock me and made me realize that, okay, if I were to take this thing serious, I would actually reach a specific level that I never thought that I would reach. So I think I held the trade for more than 10 hours, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was a gold buy and it was on the 7th. And the commission that I was charged, I think, was roughly around about $13. And it was, I think, around FOMC. FOMC kicked in the same night, right? I think the time FOMC kicked in, I was floating on plus minus 15,000, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. FOMC kicked in, I was floating on 15,000 because it was bearish first. Then I told myself one thing, you know what? Either I'm gonna lose this trade or I'm gonna win it. I didn't even put a break even or anything. I just set my take profit and my stop loss. If the trade goes against me, it will go against me. If it takes my direction, it's gonna hit that take profit. And that take profit was 20,000. It was 20,000 or nothing, right? And then as you guys can see, let's just go through the account, right? And then let me actually get to explain to you guys how I went about this thing, right? So what really happened was what I told myself last year was I saw a lot of people. I've been trading props for a while. And one thing that really got to make me laugh them was the whole thing of scaling up, the whole thing of making a specific percentage per month to sustain myself and all these different types of things. But passing prop firms has always been a challenge for me previously. I've traded my Forex funds, I've traded the funded trader. Now I'm currently busy with Ftmo and Ftmo alone. So one of the things that really got me thinking was how about I trade the prop firm account and I just pass it with just few trades, man, less than 5 trades, right? Yeah, some of you guys would think that, okay, what I'm saying it doesn't sound good or anything, but with the style of trading that I'm using, I can actually set off a minimum of 3 to 5 trades. And then with just one single trade, the account can be passed, right? So that was something that I've always wanted to accomplish. So with me purchasing this account, mind you, the other account was on a drawdown. And then I think I closed 20,000 this side, I closed 20,000 on the other side. And that's when I got to realize that, okay, if you were to do the convention rate of 20,000, I think it's roughly around about, if I'm not mistaken, 100 is 180 something. So you're looking at 400 and something thousand with just a single trade. So I then asked myself, imagine if you were to hold such swing trades, not even a swing, it's an intraday, right? And then you manage to actually close such amount of capital. That's when I then told myself that, you know what, I'm gonna work on my personal account, but I want to invest 90% of my time in building my prop firm account, right? And then as you guys can see, we're just doing the breakdown of this whole account. And then what I'm gonna do afterwards is that I'm gonna show you guys how I went about taking the trade. But before we do that, all I want to tell you guys is if you get a chance, man, go do research behind prop firms. They are one of the best ways one can be able to scale up and have a profitable trading journey, especially for those of you guys that don't have funds to trade huge amounts and funds to trade. So make sure that you save up, you get to understand the side of prop firms, and then you invest most of your time. I've seen people trading at least a minimum of 1 million funding, right? So which means if you actually get to get a minimum of 1 million in funding, let's say you get a 1 million funding. So this means that, okay, even if you have to target 10% of this amount of capital here, 10% or 5% even, dude, you are making a whole lot of capital, right? You're making high figures, man. You understand? So one thing that I also want to inform you is that reaching to this level here is not simple. Everyone who's trading prop firm will eventually tell you that, okay, as good as it sounds, it's not as easy as it sounds, right? So make sure that you are mentally prepared. Make sure that you're mentally prepared. So if you actually make your, what do you call this thing? 1 million in funding. If you hit your 10% per month, you are looking 100,000. So which means every month you are closing roughly around about 1.8 million, right? 1.8 million in South African rents, right? So instead of you struggling the whole year, funding 200, 500, save up your capital, build your accounts, hit 1 million, spend at least 6 months or a year, right? Building your accounts. And then after that, believe me, once you get it right, your system is right, your system is ready, you will eventually reach all the levels that you wish to accomplish, right? So moving on, let's just go straight to the chart so that I can be able to show you guys how I actually went about taking this trade, right? So I was trading gold, as you guys saw, it was on the 7th, right? Somewhere around this area here. So gold was bearish, as you guys can see. Gold was bearish. And then with gold being bearish like that, I then knew one thing that at some point we are going to encounter your correctional movements, right? We're going to encounter correctional movements within the markets. But the sad thing, one thing that really killed me was after passing phase one, right? Mind you, I catch this by price moved beautifully. So with price moving this beautiful, I then something at the back of my head got married. So I married myself to a bullish structure, right? I married myself to a bullish structure because of what I bought to pass the account, right? So something told me that, okay, you know what, Tumelo, this thing is gonna continue being bullish, right? So every single area that I encountered, I kept looking for buying opportunities until I then later on lost the accounts, right? But story for another day. For now, all I want to show you guys is how I went about taking this trade. So one thing that I've taught my students is this, right? One thing that I've taught my students is there are ways of catching a low, because you guys can see that, okay, price is on a very structure, but most of the time you'll normally see price impulsing to the upside, maybe to a supply area, and then it then does what? Pushes to the downside to whatever, demand or to break structures or whatsoever. So what I did was that I knew that, okay, price eventually has to do what? With this type of momentum that price created, it has to give us a sort of retracement before it can continue pushing to the downside, right? I then went to a smaller time frame, right? I then went to a smaller time frame. What is it that I looked for? I saw that, okay, you know what? Price eliminated the low. price eliminated this low here. With price eliminating this low, what is it that I was going to look for? I was going to start looking for bullish movements from this area here. Let me just check something. Because this is one of the indicators that I like to use also. So let's go to 1 hour. 1 hour. Okay, so there was what you call here divergence here, because you guys can see I'm not going to explain it that much, but one of the things that I did here was to understand that there was divergence here, and then from there what I did afterwards, this was a regular divergence, right? Regular is normally used for what? For price reversal, when price reverses from being bearish to being bullish, right? So what I did afterwards was that, okay, I knew that eventually price has to do what? Has to give me the type of opportunity that I'm looking for. One thing that I knew was that, okay, with me facing this types of consolidation phase within the market, price will then impulse to the upside. Price will then impulse to the upside, right? Price will then impulse to the upside and then retrace back for my demand. Then I'm going to look for those buying opportunities to go and eliminate firstly this high. And then my second target will definitely be this area here. So that's how I went about taking this trade here. So now, what is it that I waited for? As you guys can see, we get that push to the upside. Normally, my students will tell you that, okay, we look for this type of structure here. Normally look for this type of structure here, right? This is the type of structure that you normally look for. But then what is it that I did? I went to a bigger time frame, 30 minutes to go look for my demand, right? Let's just check for that demand area. Let's go to an hourly time frame. So this is where I set my buy limit, and then I knew that I'm gonna take this buy from this area here, use him as my stop loss, and then this area here will definitely be my take profit. But I think, guys, there is a specific demand because this trade, I think it was 11R or something. The RR out of this trade was huge, as far as I'm concerned. Let me just look for that specific demand that I used. Let me look for that specific demand that I actually used. Oh, I think it was this one here, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was something like this here. I think I used this one. I'm not sure, but I think I used that one. So this was going to be my trade. As you guys can see, price then pushes to the downside, gives me that beautiful tap. And then with that tap, I knew that, okay, price has to do what? Price has to continue being bullish. And then with this happening, mind you, the trade is moving from, I don't know, $0 to around this area here is floating around 15 to 17, right? 15 to 17. Then I'm going to show you guys the area where the FOMC kicked in actually. So this is when FOMC kicked in, right? This is when FOMC kicked in. So around this area here, I was floating 15,000, right? I think I was floating around about 15,000. And then for me to hit my target, I think I had to break somewhere around this area here. I'm around one of these two areas for me to hit the 20,000. And then what price did after that was that kept pushing, and then I eventually did what? I eventually hit my target. So there was really nothing difficult about this trade. So this is how you actually get to catch the lows on a bearish structure, right? You catch the lows on a bearish structure, which means you catch the correctional movement of price to the upside, to maybe a supply, or to those of you guys that are using resistance. You'd normally say that, okay, this is your resistance level, depending on how you identify your support and resistance, right? So I caught that low, and then I moved up with price to go hit that area, right? So it was as easy as this, guys. So what's the moral of the story behind this video? What I'm trying to show you guys is that with proper planning, proper risk, and the right psychological mindset, you will eventually get to the level that you want to reach, right? You guys have heard me talking about building a system, right? A system is basically a progressive solution to your problems, right? Which means that you've built something that can help you or enable you as a trader to move from being a non-profitable trader to being a profitable trader. But it also goes with your style of trading. Some of you guys are trading support and resistance. Some of you guys are trading all these different types of concepts. Listen, for you to get the growth that you are looking for, please make sure that you stick to one concept. Invest most of your time in building yourself and making sure that whatever concept that you're trading, it aligns with yourself, man. right? Because most of you guys, I've had most of you guys telling me that you've moved from this strategy to this strategy. Like myself, I've traded a lot wave, I've traded waves, I've traded support and resistance. If you've been following me for I don't know how many years, I've traded SMC, right? From normal SMC where you have your break of structure, your crap of liquidity, your order block. I've traded the one where you focus more on your golden zones, those two levels, the two Fibonacci levels. I've traded SMC where you trade every structure within this whole structure here. So which means we used to trade going up, coming down, going up, coming down, going up also. I've traded okay, let me see. I've traded USDT alone. Nasdaq actually. I've traded Nasdaq alone. There was a time where Nasdaq used to create a W pattern, break the high, give you a retracement, the W pattern, um, break a high, come back again. You see, there are a lot of things that I've actually got to understand. But if you were to ask me, were there any form of capital that you made throughout these areas? There was nothing that I could give you as proof that I was a trader. But now, one thing that got really to me was when I realized that, you know what, dude, you are investing most of your time in learning, and there's low time in actually implementing whatever that you wish to accomplish, which means I was learning more and trading less. So what I did was I chose one concept, I stick to this concept, and I told myself, you know what, no matter what happens, I am only going to be focusing on this thing 24/7, right? And then growth came. I lost a lot of accounts until I got to do this. You see, when I pulled this one, that's when I realized that, you know what, whatever figure that I wish to have or whatever figure that I want to accomplish, I will eventually get it, right? For me to learn these types of setups here, it was not as easy as it looks, right? So please, guys, growth, build yourself. Spend time in building yourself, understanding yourself. They always say that profitable traders focus on mastering themselves, not the strategy. Master yourself, right? Because if you are someone, when price broke this area here, they were going to close profits and they were going to tell you on what is it that is going to happen when price moved up. Oh, I was supposed to have passed the account. Oh, this and this and this and that. But with the amount of experience that I had in my life, I knew that, Dumelo, it's either you hold this trade or you lose this trade. And losing this trade was just going to be me hitting a break even at the entry. But winning this trade was going to be me passing the account. So my risk to reward ratio normally when I approach price was I risk at least a minimum of 0.15 on every setup I take. And then how much am I willing to make? I'm willing to pass the account. So it's 0.50 to passing account, right? So which means every single setup that I went for, I would normally do what? Pass the account with it, right? But then let me explain what happened in the second phase. What happened in the second phase was I took the account. I wasn't mentally ready for the account because now I'm from passing the account with a trade, with one trade. Mind you, like I said, I married this bully structure, which means somewhere, somehow here, I was going to look for buys. Somewhere, somehow here, I was going to look for continuation of buys, right? So which means that if I take this trade, I'm on negative 500 USD. If I take this trade, I'm on negative 500 USD. Price breaks down. It goes to a daily demand. I'm going to be on a negative. So the account kept on going on negative, 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 negative. And then with me generally, that's when I got to actually realize that it's not the fact that I wasn't a good trader or I'm a bad trader or anything. What I did was I got married to one single trade. I mean, a specific trend, which was something that was bad. So my 2 cent advice to you guys is this: do not invest your time in marrying a trade. Trade what the concept tells you to trade, right? Because here price was bearish. The only thing I was supposed to have focused more on was to look for my bearish movements, right? But other than that, let me introduce you guys to something that is quite interesting that can also help you guys profit from the market. Just give me guys a sec so I can be able to share this with you guys. Um let me look for it. But other than that, I just hope that you guys have been having a proper and prosperous trading journey so far. Guys, as easy as it looks, it took me years actually for me to reach this level. It took me months for me to reach. I still remember back in the days when I traded my first account, right? My first Ftmo account. What I did was it was 20, I think it was 2021. That was when I bought my first FTMO account. I think it was 2.6. Yeah, 2,600 rand. The time my Forex fund was available, I didn't know about my Forex funds. And then I moved from FTMO to my Forex funds because it was cheap. The service was good also before they um lost their licenses and everything. I don't know what happened to them, but something happened to them, right? And trust me, it was fun. I passed that account in a day. And trust me, the next day I lost the account. Right. That's when I liked a lot of psychology. Mind you, that's how many years back. Then I kept building until I got to actually this level. So one of the solutions to your problems, right? I've been telling people about solutions, right? So this is the solution to your problem. We've developed a new solution called the Red Print. So with the Red Print, it consists of the following chapters: supply and demand, which is the full course. Including these chapters, we've also developed a risk management plan for you, especially the journaling. That's where I got to actually understand my main problem. I then went and fixed all the problems that I encountered and built a new trading plan, risk to reward ratio. One is to pass in the account, right? One of the things that really helped me out a lot, knowing that, listen, man, even if I were to use a 1:10, even if I were to lose 9 trades, with one win, I can be able to recover all the types of losses that I've encountered, right? And then self-evaluation. I took, I think, 2 months, man, of not trading from December, January, just trying to understand why did whatever happened happen. Where can I improve myself? What are the things that I should do to actually grow as a trader? And what are some of the things that are very important that I didn't pay my attention to, right? Came to psychology also. I read a lot about psychology, did a lot of research around psychology. And I eventually built myself my own red print on how I am actually going to pass the account. So for those of you guys that are interested in joining the movement, kindly note that, okay, this is not the cost price. The cost price is currently $120, which means it's 2,000 rand. Right, the cost price is 2,000 rand, which is 120 USD. If you want to join the movement, right? If you want to learn how to flip accounts, how to master your prop firms, because the word red print, it's not just about what do you call this thing? It's not just about um you trading prop firms, right? Personal account. If you want to trade personal account with risk, proper risk management, there is a program for that. If you want to trade what do you call this thing? If you want to trade prop firm accounts, there is a way of trading platform accounts. If you want to flip accounts, I'm sure some of you guys, if you're following me, you've seen me flip, I think it was 108 rand to, I think it was 11,000, right? So these things, they do exist under my mentorship program. So make sure that you become part of the winning team. And then we actually get to work something that will work for you, right? We build something that can work for you. Because as much as I can flip accounts, it doesn't mean that you want to flip accounts. You might want to do a trade personal account with risk management. Some of you guys would want to venture out into prop firms. So there are several ways one can be able to approach this thing. So with this solution that I've built this year, believe me, you will eventually reach the level that you want to reach. And then hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I'm not sure about creating other videos, but yeah, I'll see what is it that I can do to help you guys. And on the comment section, please tell me about the things that you would like me to teach you guys about, right? Because sometimes we as content creators, we do not have any other thing to say to you guys in terms of information and everything. So the best thing that I can do is to easily create when I need to create and focus on my trading life. And if you watch this video till this end, make sure that you get yourself the red print and participate on the comment section. And happy trading. Enjoy the rest of your journey. Wishing you nothing but all the best of your luck. And goodbye.